The aliens are probing us right now.
Right, guys, welcome to Rotten Mornings, Season 12.
We have a lot coming at you.
Up your ass.
I thought this was 13.
Not
No.
up the ass.
It's
What the
12?
fuck?
It would be so
Up
much
your
better
ass.
if it was 13, I'm not gonna lie.
Stop! You're not putting things in my butt, Carrie.
So
You
yeah,
can't
guys,
stop
all
me.
of October, you can expect an episode every day of this ridiculous podcast.
So hide your butts, listeners.
Welcome to Season
Don't
12.
hide them.
It's season 13.
Leave your
We're
butt
probably going
out.
to talk about scary stuff.
13's way better.
Yay. I was drowned in the river when I was born. The river. The river.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Bitch.
Welcome to Rotten Mornings. This
On the
is
river.
Episode 5.
Surprise, guys. We're on a boat right now.
We're on a boat.
Make some
Surprise, guys. We're on a boat. What?
That's fucking
Where are
seagull.
we
That's
at?
a seagull.
There's a seagull
We're on the harbor right now.
on the harbor. We're on the harbor.
Argamate.
What is that supposed to be?
Oh, look, there's some booty.
Okay, so what? Oh, right. Hello. I don't got my sea legs on me yet in the harbor. Welcome to Rotten Mornings.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's Matt.
Yeah. Oh, right. That good point. I'm Matt.
I'm Grim.
I'm Carrie.
Arm Tommy.
Tired. I'm
Tommy's a
tired.
pirate. Tommy's a butt pirate.
Stop searching for that booty, Tommy.
Yeah. Tire me.
Every time I play,
Tommy.
Tire me.
every time I play Yin Yang Twins, man, I just gotta find that booty.
If I ever see a puddle of tar, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Tarmy."
Tire me. What? If you ever see a puddle of tar?
Tarmy.
What is the likelihood
said
of
tar
you
me.
coming upon a puddle of tar?
It's possible.
It's not possible.
It's very possible.
What the hell is going on
I can
today?
make
Oh.
one myself.
We're talking about the Sweetwater
No, we're not there
Mansion.
yet. We have to talk about the recap yet. You're
Oh.
jumping the gun. Yesterday
Which was
we
a
had
day.
a podcast about fairies.
We did.
That was fun.
It was
It was very fairy-y.
fairy to say.
Mystical, magical.
That is fairy to
Apples.
say.
Pixelated.
Then there was an.
Shut
then
the
Carrie
fuck
had
up,
her
Tommy.
first episode, which was fun as hell. I loved her titles. I'm pretty sure I said that last time though. I'm pretty sure I
titles.
said that. And how badass she was with her logos and fonts and
Yes,
shit.
we love the fonts and love the logos that was put into it.
And everything, very, very excellent job. Love the esoteric, like, speed editing and shit. It's very fun.
Yes,
Fun.
very fun to watch.
I was supposed to release the Haunt Tour thing yesterday, and I forgot to put it on my phone before I went to work, so that didn't happen.
Aww.
But it will happen today.
Yay, surprise, guys. It's
better.
actually gonna happen today.
Yep.
I just keep staring at this bag of Doritos, and all I want to do is put my dick in it.
Put
my dick in a
I
bag
think
of
you should do
Doritos.
it.
I put my dick in a bag
I'll
of
get it for you if
Doritos.
you'll do it.
What is
I'll get it for you if you do it.
The bag?
Yeah.
I can get the bag.
I'll get you a new bag of Doritos.
I want a new bag of Doritos.
I'll get you a new bag of Doritos for you to put your dick in.
I'm gonna put my dick in it.
I'm gonna put my. Oh, okay, what am I saying? What were we talking about?
Doritos.
Doritos.
No, goddamn you.
This is not sponsored by Doritos.
Yeah, no.
Oh, also today,
Doritos.
my second episode will
It might
come
be
out.
sponsored by Doritos. Though.
Yes. Matt's second episode will release.
Yes.
Yay!
And today's Thursday. Yep. So that's all we've got for our recap.
Thursday.
We're going to go to a place called Wetumpka Zombie Experience in, oddly enough, Wetumpka on Friday.
Excited as fuck.
And we will be going to Mountain Creek out there as well, which I hope some of you guys can go with me because nobody's ever been to Mountain Creek.
In case you didn't know, Matt hasn't really had adequate sleep. It has been a very busy month already. This entire past 6 months has been busy as fuck.
This entire year.
And we're glad for it, though. We're grateful for all the opportunities and everything we've been given.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you, Magic.
If you didn't see it or we didn't mention it, we had an article that CBS 42 wrote about us, which was really fucking cool.
Yes. It was so fun. It was about ROTN, and it was great, and I loved it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I put my dick in a bag of Doritos.
Okay, so we're, I guess we're at the end of the recap thing. So we're about to flip over to the other side of this thing.
The pillow smells good, and we're going to flip it over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll be right back with you with part 2.
See you soon, guys.
You guys shouldn't rely on me. I'm terrible.
Don't crumble up my fucking
I was
Doritos.
gonna make
My
it sound like you put your dick in a
DD
bag of
bag.
Doritos.
She needs that.
I need that for my dick.
I gotta stay right.
Stay Ron.
Later on.
We bring to you something near and dear to our hearts.
So gather around, folks, as we tell you about
The haunted places in Alabama.
right here in our home state.
And oh boy, do we have some stories for you.
I'm a ghost.
Touched my butthole.
It's everything in this podcast is gonna be on buttholes.
Yeah.
The ghost touched my booty.
Are we talking about it now?
$5 bills.
Sweetwater,
Yes.
Sweetwater Mansion.
I kind of want to talk about how Matt's all our fathers.
Matt.
Matt's all of our fathers.
All our fathers, Matt.
I'm
he
plural
is.
fathers.
Yes.
You're the goddamn daddy, Matt.
I am all daddies.
You're a very,
Amen.
very evil father.
Thus forth, I will be known as all daddy.
Oh, why's he got to be an evil fairy father?
Papa.
What the fuck?
Papa, can you hear me?
So the
Get your ass
Sweetwater
back in the mine
Mansion.
and get that coal, you little shits.
Fuck.
Yes, today we were talking about the Sweetwater Mansion.
It is almost
Yeah.
200 years old and was designed
I
by
like how
war
you just said
veteran
oiled.
and
It's 200
it was
Oiled.
designed by
Oiled.
war veteran General John Brahan. I'm guessing that's how you say his name.
Braun.
Yes. Okay.
Brohan.
Brohan. That's an A. Both
Yeah.
of those are A's.
Braham.
It's Brahon.
Brahan, whatever.
Yeah, you have to roll the
Bra-
G.
He owned over 4,000
Bram.
acres of land in Alabama and was part of the Alabama militia. Did I say that right?
Militia.
Militia.
Yeah.
Militia.
It's
Millennia.
Militia. It says it right there.
But he did not live long enough to see the home actually finished. Dun dun dun.
because he died.
He died.
He
They
definitely
did
died.
that back in the day.
So the place,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone dies. The place was named after a nearby creek, which was first occupied by the general's son-in-law, Robert Patton. Over the years, the mansion's basement
Robert
served,
Patton from he's the glittery vampire, isn't he?
maybe.
Oh.
Oh, you were close, Matt.
I thought Robert Patterson was a Christian novelist.
Is it
Okay,
Patterson? Robert.
I thought Robert Pattinson played
Robert Patterson. That's what it is.
played the Twilight dude.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sparkly vampire.
oh, I don't fucking know.
How sparkly was he?
Super.
He had over 200 sparkles.
Super.
He had over
Super
200
sparkler.
sparkles. Plus.
Over the years, the mansion's basement has served as a Civil War hospital and as a county jail.
Lock
That
'em
was,
up.
that was fun. That was fun.
By a
Scary.
huge hospital.
They're like,
because
ooh,
they're
this is
getting their
haunted.
asses
Let's make
kicked
it a
down
jail
here.
where all the ghosts are going to get them.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ghosts are gonna get him in the jail.
That's literally a very Florence idea, though.
That'll teach them a lesson.
We'll teach these criminals how not to criminalize by sticking them with ghosts.
How not to criminalize.
That'll
When the
correct 'em.
Civil
Yeah,
War
they'll
came
be
to
all
Alabama,
corrected.
Sweetwater was in its direct path. Soldiers from both sides flooded the city of Florence frequently. The Pattons themselves
Thank
saw
you, Matt.
3 of their sons leave to fight and the war broke out. When the war
Wonder
broke out,
why. Wonder why.
only one would return home.
Only one.
Uno.
Dum, dum.
When the Sherman's men marched, which the
What?
the
Say
Sherman's
that
men
again. Sherman's Men March.
Yeah, when the Sherman's men marched, the Sherman's men were the on the side of the Union or something. Yeah. When they marched to the area on their way to Chattanooga, they stopped, quite literally, on Sweetwater's doorstep. After setting up camp at the creek's edge, they immediately set to work raiding the family's food, cellar, farm, and any supplies they could tie to their horses, including other horses. Sherman's
They
men
just tied horses to their horses.
drug them
We're getting
around.
out of here, guys. Tie those horses up to the horses.
You guys are going to be best friends.
There's like 3 horses, like a horse on top of another horse, and they're like, genius. Don't use those horses to haul goods, guys. Use the other horses to haul the horses.
So they're like a horse gang. They
Yeah.
go and take all the other horses, and they're like, "You're part of
Like
our
everybody's
horse gang now."
walking, and there's one horse carrying like 10 horses.
They give that horse the gun.
Does that mean that particular vehicle had 10 horsepower?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
damn.
That's
There's
where
like
it all
one
started.
guy on top of all 10 of those horses riding it.
And that's
One
how the
little
Mustang
tiny
was
guy.
born.
He sure knows how to ride that horse. I mean, horses.
Horses. It is plural.
Sherman's men raided the home numerous times, even assaulting Jane, the wife, on one occasion.
On one occasion, they
course her
took
name
to
is
assaulting Jane.
Is this from Jane Eyre?
What? Patton passed away at his beloved home on February 28, 1885. Jane continued to live out her years on the estate, passing away in her bedroom at the age of 88 in 1902. They both died in the
Anybody got
house.
anything funny to say about that? Nope. All right, cool. She's dead.
She's dead. There are also rumors that at one time someone who lived there used to use the upper rooms to practice dark magic. And it freaked everybody out.
That's another Florence thing, because like Florence was still in satanic panic for like way longer than the rest of the world was. I think probably Alabama's just synonymous for being in.
Mass hysteria.
Yeah.
There have been many different apparitions reported on the grounds, and one of the caretakers claimed to have seen a casket containing a body of a Confederate soldier in one of the downstairs rooms, only for it to disappear.
Didn't they think that was one of the sons?
Yes, they thought it was Billy, the son.
I thought it was Billy.
Oh,
When they
Billy,
seen him-
Billy.
When she seen the apparition, it had a gunshot wound to the head. Right in the middle of the head.
Wait, the casket
Execution?
had a gunshot?
No, the casket itself had Billy inside.
So the guy saw a casket with a body
The
with a
woman.
bullet
The
in
woman.
the head?
Caretaker was a woman.
Wait a minute. How the fuck? Did she like walk over
It
to
was
the ghost
open.
casket and then peek in to see the bullet? Because it's a casket.
It was
The story
open.
goes that it was open and there was candles and all kinds of things set out like
So there
it was
were
a
ghost
funeral going
candles.
on. Yeah, ghost
And
candles.
ghost flowers.
Well,
and
when you're coming down the stairs, you could see like from an angle, you know, to where you see into it. I could
yeah,
see
so
that.
she could see a coffin, candles, this whole big scene. Imagine that on camera. A scene of candles,
And they're all ghostly.
a crypt, and all that. No, that's all on scene.
Yeah.
And now look at the casket in this giant scene and tell me you can see a bullet hole in this motherfucker's head.
I mean,
she
if
got
it's a really
closer.
big bullet hole.
That's what I'm saying. So this lady saw this apparition and then wandered through it in a 3-dimensional world and looked into the casket in a 3-dimensional world, and it was a ghost. That is the most amazing ghost thing ever.
I mean, it's possible because they did say that the staircase was a portal, so.
Yep.
That's see that amount of detail to ghost, like a 3-dimensional, like, 'cause you don't hear about
I mean,
3-dimensional.
It would make sense because the dad of Billy that was in the casket or whatever, they had the funeral in the house when it happened. They had his funeral open.
Look,
open
that
casket.
doesn't change
Lots
the
of
fact
energy.
that either this woman is eagle-eyed as fuck, or she went down and kind of walked through this whole ghost scene.
She
bet
said,
she ate a lot of
it's a little
carrots."
ghost
Yeah.
exhibit. Let me check it out.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the
She just was
museum."
like the Museum of Ghosts. Like, you know, all those old people that are like, holy fuck, it's a ghost. Let me go inspect the fucking dead guy in the casket's head. to
Maybe
see
she
if there's
didn't
a
know it
bullet.
was a
Let me
ghost at
look.
first.
What is on your body?
It could have been a dream.
It was almost, I'd say probably 70% of ghost monster sightings are dreams.
You know what? That would make a lot of fucking sense.
Ooh.
There is also a room on the property where female visitors are regularly locked inside. One former caretaker, Miss Emmett Letty Regan, was so scared.
What?
That's her name, Miss Emmett Letty Regan. She was
The
so
Emmett
scared
Letty
that she
Regan.
that she was locked in there,
The
that she
Eminent
lived
Lady
in the
Regan?
just of the 2 room. Oh, that didn't make any goddamn sense. She was so scared after being locked in there that she lived in just 2 rooms for the rest of the time she worked there. She didn't go to that room ever again.
Lazy bitch.
She was freaked out. She didn't clean it or anything.
There's a lot of places that have rooms that you get locked into. Like, prisons.
But there is also, there's another strange thing about Sweetwater Mansion. In this mysterious place, there is a secret room. This small room with no door can be only accessed via a small interior window. It has been suggested that the 2 sons of the former owner were buried under the floor in the secret room. A secret room.
It's all a secret.
Yes, all of it.
It's not very secret if that's the case.
Did they build the secret room over their graves?
Well, secrets don't make friends, but friends make secrets.
Wait, but if it's a secret room, it couldn't be on the outside of the house. It'd have to be on the inside. So does that mean they had a big square opening with dirt and
where they
they
could
were like,
actually
let me
use
bury?
shovels to bury them? Or do they bring the dirt through the little secret window and just kind of
That sounds more plausible.
Dirt through the secret window.
Secret window.
The mansion has been featured on A&E's Paranormal State in 2011. Investigators have captured numerous photographs documenting strange anomalies. One photograph was that of a distinct shape of a Civil War soldier outdoors on the property one evening. During the taping of an episode of the show, Paranormal State, investigators saw a door move by itself, and they also heard footsteps.
What? That doesn't mean shit, though, because those A&E shows are hilarious.
A&E is real.
Yeah. Real
It's
stuff.
arts
TV
and
doesn't lie to me.
How
Doug
in the
Dynasty,
world
man.
is a channel that is labeled arts and entertainment to be taken seriously?
Well, I was watching A&E one time, and Duck Dynasty came on, and I'd never seen that show, and all I knew is this dude was telling me that the speed limit was not, mandatory, that it was just a suggestion, and I feel like we should all believe him.
Well, we're all supposed to believe the news, in quotations,
Nobody
even though they're
believes the
labeled
news.
as entertainment now.
No, nobody believes them.
And on the show, a large piece of ceiling tile also flung itself across the room.
I remember that.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Was it angry?
Was the ceiling tile angry?
Yeah.
I guess.
Ghostly ceiling
like-
tiles?
I think
I'm
they're
angry! Brrr, and it flew
Brow.
there.
That's not what a ceiling tile sounds like. It's more like...
Do it again. Come here closer to the...
God
God damn it, Tom!
No!
like
No!
Tommy's butthole.
How do you know what Tommy's butthole sounds like?
It sounds like that.
How do you know?
Because he said so.
Oh.
Because he farts all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, he goes...
Disgusting piece of shit.
shit.
There have also been reports of shadowy figures, women dressed in 19th century period garb, and disembodied whispers.
Period garb.
Shut the fuck
Covered in
up.
blood.
They've got their period garb on.
And there's sounds of children laughing and playing when there have been no children in the house at the time.
Yo.
The story of the phantom casket got around, and trespassers broke in and placed a mannequin head with a trowel embodied in it inside the house. The head seemed to have angered the spirits of Sweetwater because it was thrown across the room on multiple occasions. These events were caught on security footage and shared with Travel Channel's most terrifying places.
Wait,
Nice.
what?
They threw the head around.
So these kids came into this house, broke into the house, left a head with a trowel
Left
in
a
the
mannequin,
room.
yes. Pretty
And
much.
then the people in the house just kind of left it in there for the ghost to play with?
Yep. I think it was empty at the time, like there was nobody in the house.
Then how
So
do they
it's-
have video of it being flung around?
They have security cameras in there.
So the security camera goes off, this mannequin's being flung around, and they're like, that's pissing them off. And they don't go and get it out of there?
I don't know, but it's believed that this
That's
could be
weird.
the ghost of Billy playing tricks on women. Others believe he does it for more sinister purposes. You know, like when he locks women in rooms. Like, oh, I want
Oh,
to
they're
see you
locked in a room. Look out.
naked.
He's going to throw a mannequin head around. Ooh, ooh.
But there are tons of stories of Confederate soldiers walking around and standing on the property, as well as firing off guns.
Interesting.
They're just standing there like, hey, I'm here. I'm looking at you.
I'm a Confederate.
I'm looking at you.
But,
Put your hands in the ear.
In the ear. In the ear?
In the
What?
ear.
They got some big ear holes, dude.
Wait, just don't hear.
the house was owned by Governor Robert Patton. Yes, he was a governor. He was the 20th governor of Alabama, and he was a piece of shit. But anyway, He used to live in Huntsville in 1818, where he became a planter and merchant. He was one of the founders of the Bell Factory Cotton Mill, and it was said to be the first cotton mill in the Gulf states. His sons took over his business, and he began owning the house itself. And I wrote that 3 different times. Okay! But he was terrible. He owned 4,000 acres and 300 slaves. And in 1832, he was elected to be the state legislator in Tuscaloosa from Lauderdale County. During the war, his large estate was overrun by the enemy, and much of his land was laid waste.
Laid waste.
Yes, he had 9 children. That was a fact.
That was a fact.
That was a fact.
Not a speculation.
But as the governor, he resisted black enfranchisement and frequently expressed white supremacist views and maintained support among white voters doing this. While in office, Patton received countless plaintiff appeals from desperate Alabamians because, the war was going around. He needed to try to help them. He did, however, advocate opening the hospital for the sane it was black and white patients. And a lot of people hated him for that. Because it was said that he had like a change of heart and wanted to help out everyone at once. And because he was opening things for both white and black people, the whites were absolutely fucking pissed at him. And he was stripped of his status of being governor. Like he could be governor, but he couldn't do anything. So he was just pretty much getting paid to do
Sounds
nothing.
like
He wasn't
real
allowed.
governor.
Yeah.
Sounds like he went from being a fake governor to a real governor.
Well, he decided he wanted to be somewhat equal in a way, but he was still, racist and thought that white people were better than blacks.
Piece of shit!
He probably
So
wanted to
whites-
lure him in the hospital so he could do experiments on him or something.
Piece
Like,
of
we
shit!
are now
Probably.
incorporated.
We love black folk. Come on back here.
But he was helping out with schools for women and for black people, so
Fucking piece of shit.
people began to hate him for that. But anyway,
Fun.
he was killed.
The
Fuck that
end.
The end. There was some kind of story that I was reading about how there was multiple times where the Union had raided the house and had ran up the house to try to rape his daughter and his wife, and his slaves had stopped the raids but were killed in the way, but also saved the family multiple times. So it was like, wow, you should be nice to people. Piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Maybe
Piece
they
of
weren't
shit.
so mean to their slaves.
Piece of shit!
Either way, I mean,
Yeah, it's still fucked up.
It's
but
very
back
fucked
in
up.
the day, but
and you wanted to talk about Ghost Bridge, Matt?
I know that there's like this bridge in Florence, and I don't believe that there's literally any amount of history to this bridge at all. But everybody in Florence used to be like always talk about Ghost Bridge. And I think it got tore down in 2013.
No.
But I didn't know if it was like anywhere near there. But there's like a whole bunch of like weird haunted shit in Florence and weird stories like the Forks of Cyprus too. But I've been to Ghost Bridge like a ton of fucking times back when it was still there.
I wouldn't doubt if it was like a battlefield or something.
About how far away
When
from
does love
Sweetwater do you
always
think it
feel
is?
I
like
have
a
no fucking
battlefield?
clue.
A
It's
battlefield.
been so long
A
since I've been out
battlefield.
there and shit.
A battlefield.
But it said that at Ghost Bridge there was a lot of activity due to the war being fought around it,
Yes.
and there was a lot of unfortunate lynchings. And some of the latest stories on it, some of the oldest,
Oh,
or
like rituals.
like the
and
newest,
shit.
there was a lot of rituals, and there was a lot of cat hangings on this bridge.
Yeah.
No.
There is a lot of stories of people finding like skinned animals and like all this weird shit on the banks. We were out there one time, and I swear to you, by all things holy, there was this black fish that had like a unicorn horn on its head that was swimming around in the water. It's one
What
of the
the
few
fuck?
things I remember about it. And I was like, what the fuck kind of fish in there? Now, minded it could have been like a really weird looking barracuda or something, I guess.
Possibly.
Barracuda.
But the real name of the bridge was Jackson Ford Bridge, named after James Jackson, who owned a plantation near the crossing prior to the Civil War.
And I like there's something like we were always told a story about how he was trying to cross the river when it was like really high, and he sent like 2 or 3 slaves in to test it, and they all 3 drowned in the river right there at Ghost
Fucking
Bridge.
sad as fuck.
And then it like progressed from there with just all other kinds of stuff. But like again, the validity to any of those stories.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people, like, if you look it up, people will say that, like, rituals and this and that and this and that and this and that. But there's, like, again, all of that stuff was propagated by the teenagers.
Hearsay.
That would go out there and be like, have you ever gone to Ghost Bridge? Oh, boogity spooky. Yeah.
Well, that's this episode, guys. Thank you for lending us your ears.
Anything else you want to add to the Sweetwater Revival?
Well, the only thing I really got
Sweetwater
is about how
Mansion.
the Southern Girls went there to do a reading investigation on the house. Well, the Southern Ghost Girls is what they're called.
The Southern Ghost
Oh,
Girls.
yeah.
The
Isn't that like a group
Southern
of
Ghost
7
Girls.
women?
Yes.
Ah.
And they caught 2 misty apparitions on camera of a woman/angel. They couldn't decide between the two. And then in the upstairs bedroom is where they heard a humming woman and terrifying growl on their spirit box. And then they caught a picture of an orb or ball of energy on the staircase, which, like we talked about earlier, was said to be a portal.
Interesting.
I think it was. They were afraid of the growl so much they thought it was a wolf and trapped somewhere.
Yeah. It freaked them out real bad.
Yeah.
They're like, ah! There's a wolf in this
creepy.
house!
Creepy. I like how they dressed up for their visit there, too.
Yes, the pictures are really cool.
Yeah, I like their outfits.
Do they dress as if they were from the 1800s or
Yes.
something?
It wasn't very accurate, but it was still fun to see.
I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Probably as accurate as we could get it to.
Let's do
Probably
that.
more accurate
Let's
than
go
we could get it.
investigate a tunnel.
Like, our shit would be like, hey, let's get something that looks like 1800s, and then we go to like
Show
the
up looking
thrift
like
store.
vampires.
Yeah.
Here we are, guys.
Oh, hello.
We're
Like, all that
vampires.
shit is like costume shit from like
Spirit
fucking
Halloween.
Yeah. literally.
Yeah.
And then the ghosts are like, what the fuck? Like, it's really a thing. What if it's like cultural appropriation?
They get mad as
Like,
hell.
we go there and they're
no.
like, you motherfucker, you're trying to act like you're from the 1800s.
You're not one of us.
You're not one of us.
Sounds like a
Bikers.
skit.
posers.
That's fucking genius.
What would be their equivalent of that time of calling someone a liberal? Because it would be like, these liberal motherfuckers
Or
in
a
our house.
poser.
I don't know, but that would be funny as fuck if like
What
a whole group of
did
ghosts were
people
like, you
call
bastards, this is
posers
cultural
in
appropriation.
the 1800s.
What if people call posers in the
A
1800s?
posier.
A
posse,
Yeah, you posse, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was this episode of Rotten Mornings. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the rest of the day for all the fun stuff we've got in store for
Yeah,
you.
dude. Check out the
Weedo,
Facebook,
weedo,
the YouTube,
Woodowee.
Look at our
the
videos,
TikTok,
bitches.
It's
the
fucking
Instagram.
Woodowee.
It's funny as fuck.
It's
all the
Weedo-wee.
platforms.
It's not Weedo-wee.
Just make sure you do
Woodowee.
it, dude.
You're a wood down.
Don't be a posier.
You heard that.
I didn't hear shit. All right,
you
guys.
did.
Well, we will talk to you tomorrow. For now, stay rotten.
Stay rotten.
That was
Shut
the most
up.
adorable time y'all ever did that.
Aww.
We're adorable.
Oh, yeah, you're being nice to us.
They're not really that adorable.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy.
Fuck you guys.
Piece of shit.
We hate
You're,
you.
you're
All
a
you do is
shit of
fart.
peace.
Piece of shit.